So, on stream I played Stanley Parable. This is an unedited stream, so if you guys don't want to hear that, or hear me talking for hours, that's fine. You can skip this. There'll be a new video in Friday. So, I hope you guys enjoy. Peace. So, I don't know much about this game. I know that I'm an office worker. That's about all I know, and I know there's a couple of different endings. We're gonna get through most of the endings today. And yeah, if this goes good, I'll try to complete the other endings some other time. So let's get into it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Bro, this is like an introvert's best dream right here. This game's a little loud, so let me change the settings real fast.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay, that's better. That's way better. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
The sensitivity's shit. Can I change that?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where's the meeting room at?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, sure. Can't go in any of these doors.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave
Do not
of
alter
disbelief,
without
Stanley
consulting
decided to go
whiteboard
up to
manager.
his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief.
There really is just nobody here, huh?
What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him, and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
The narrator literally just told me.
Yet incredibly,
So,
by simply pushing random buttons,
I know, I just got so lucky.
Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
And alright.
Amazing.
What the
He
fuck?
stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Alright then. What the fuck? The boss had this behind his office? It's kinda crazy. What, I'm supposed to jump down the elevator shaft or some shit? Like, what the fuck is this? Oh. It's just dark. Cool. Alright.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
Bro, what
This
fucking
question
company do I
would not
work
go
at?
unanswered for long.
The fuck is this, like, background bullshit?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read
Mind control facility? I kinda want... What the fuck? Escape. I don't give a shit. I'm escaping this.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Good. Get me out of this mind control bullshit.
The door behind him
It's
was
better
not
than being...
shut. Stanley still had
Nope, it's
every
better than
opportunity to turn
being
around and get
mind
back on
controlled.
track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yep. 6th floor time. Splat. Oh, I'm not even dead yet.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story.
The best way to go.
Trapped
Let's go.
forever in his narrow vision of what this world
The best
is.
way to go.
Perhaps his death was of no
Hell
great
yeah.
loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and
Go.
short life. Farewell, Stanley.
Let's go. I'm next. I'm next. Let's go. Let's go. What? No, that wasn't supposed to
Stanley,
happen.
cried the narrator, as Stanley was led
Why did the
helplessly
narrator
into
change?
the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone
What
in
the-
his body,
Am I not gonna
killing
see
him
it?
instantly.
No. What the? No, it didn't even happen. Bruh.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley
What's
would
up, chat?
restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created
What?
for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see
What
now?
the fuck is this
Do you
shit?
see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
It's a museum. Can I not do anything in here? What is it? Oh. I thought I was gonna die. What the fuck is this? Why am I in a museum? Bro, why am I in the office museum, bro? 3, 2. Bro, that countdown didn't do shit. Bro, why can't I interact with like anything here? I literally can't interact or do anything here. Okay, cool. There's the exit, I guess.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Off.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me.
Oh,
I've
let's go. It's
still
happening
saved you.
again.
You
Fuck
can
yeah.
stop the program before they both fail.
No.
Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat
I'm
this
not turning
game.
on my
As long
PlayStation.
as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path.
Yes.
Stop now and it'll be your only true
Finally.
choice.
Let me do it.
Choose it.
Let
Don't
me do it
let
this time,
choose
please.
for you. Don't
Yeah! Did I just restart?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Cool.
What could it mean?
I just restarted.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Okay.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, this time I'm gonna go the opposite way. There's 2 doors here, so I'm gonna go to the right side.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
Yep.
and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first. Just
Yes, sir.
right.
I did. I missed that employee lounge.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Yeah.
It had really been worth the detour
It's
after
very
all,
nice.
just to spend a few moments here in this
Better than my
immaculate,
employee
beautifully
lounge
constructed room.
at work.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Hell yeah. Alright, I'm done.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. What is this room?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Penalty for jumping off cargo lift. Okay.
Look, Stanley, I think
I can
perhaps
jump
we've gotten
off.
on the wrong foot
Do I jump
here.
off now or do I
I'm
do
not
it
sure
next
that-
time?
Really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about.
Oh, this is
nothing
as high
but
as the
you
6th floor. It
all
has to
this
be, right?
time.
Do I just jump off?
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero
Yeah.
consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? What?
Yep.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue door.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red
The
door.
blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating
What the-
properly. Stanley
Got rid of the-
walked through the red door. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures.
I love
Is this
this.
what you had wanted? Was
Yeah,
it worth
honestly, it
ruining
is
the
pretty-
entire story I had written out specifically for you?
A
You
little.
don't think I put a lot of time into that, because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You give me
Sure.
absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Alright.
There we go. A third option.
What?
This
Alright, let's
already
go.
feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley.
Yeah, it's orange
Take a crisp-
door.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited
I like
from
it.
allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something. Where do these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third
Oh,
door?
on his
Well,
couch.
it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul.
It was the right
How
choice.
deep
I
is it,
love this
Stanley?
orange
Don't
open
even
space.
try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be
Oh,
perfectly
yeah?
candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park
Let me
with
see
this
it.
one. Let's take a look.
Yeah, let's do it. There's a leaderboard. Alright, I'm going through the orange door again.
Now, would you say that competitive
It's on the other
leaderboard
side.
helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors?
Hell yeah.
Again, honest answers, please. Hey, I nearly
Definitely.
forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and
Oh,
now
I'd love
would be
to
a
see that.
lovely opportunity to give it some play testing. You
Definitely.
wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
No, not at
Let
all.
me
Let's
boot it up.
definitely. Come on.
In this game, the baby
What the
crawls
fuck?
left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to
I have
make
to
sure
keep
it's
this baby
effective?
up
Be sure to
for
keep
4
notes on your
hours.
experience.
No, you can die. I'm not playing this game for 4 hours. Fuck that.
You
Yeah.
heartless bastard.
Die, baby,
Did you
die.
do it
Burn,
because you hate
burn.
babies or purely to
Yeah.
spite me? Because if
Both.
it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done. It's
What?
over.
No.
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
That was
Oh,
the
hey,
whole
since my
game.
game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
We're gonna play somebody else's game? What does that even mean? Bruh, is this Firewatch? Are you
Fascinating. What do
joking?
you think this game is about, Stanley?
That's
What's our
actually insane.
backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play
No
as a
way.
man spying on innocent civilians below you
I
from up high in
don't
your
think
crane
that's
tower,
what this
perhaps
is.
for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, that must be it.
Yeah,
What a
definitely.
fascinating venture into the experience of
Let's go
total
spy on
mental
some people then.
depravity. So
It
far,
won't even
I
let me
love
out the door.
everything about this game,
I
Stanley.
honestly do.
And
The
it
view is
seems
pretty
there's even
nice.
more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Sounds great. Yeah, this view is nice, bro. This is a nice change of pace to the other game. The orange shit. Yeah.
Oh no. No, it can't be.
What do you mean it can't be? What does
It
that mean?
is. It's an open world game.
Fuck
Good
yeah.
God, quickly block it off.
What? No!
Oh, thank
No,
goodness.
bro, that's not what you were
Just
supposed to
thought
do.
you really wandered off into that thing. That big
Bro, just put
open,
up brick
just
walls. I
wandering
can't even
around,
go
no
adventure
right or
now.
wrong directions, no path
That's
to follow. You
crazy.
can just go in any. Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get a
Fuck
ruler
this
here.
guy.
Let's
I would have
find
loved to
another
explore
game.
the woods, dude.
Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
One last look at the environment, please.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Oh, what the fuck? Bro, is this rock?
Wonderful.
Bro, put me in
See, this
Rocket
is
League. Are you
exactly
kidding
what I
me?
had in just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't
This is
any
insane.
possibility that you could get lost here.
What the
Now
fuck is
this
this?
is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Bro, I'm in fucking Rocket
Okay,
League
so
right
what
now.
exactly do we do here? Let's see.
What the fuck?
There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is
What?
this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun.
Ooh.
We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together.
Uh,
Yes,
I don't think this
surely
dude
we
knows
can
what
do this.
sports are.
Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
What the fuck? This thing is... Yeah. I'm gonna score.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is
Goal.
this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that
Alright.
I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought, and I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even
More?
more euphoric sports experience.
How many
I'm going
more?
to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes.
Let's
Oh goodness, that really
still
does feel
one.
amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
What the fuck? There's way more than... I don't think this is Rocket League anymore.
Are you enjoying this?
I just got an achievement.
You
So...
having fun?
Oh, I just
Is
got
this a real
2
video game?
achievements.
Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over. That's
What?
right.
No,
Your
I was
fun
literally
is
having
over
fun
now.
with that
This
too.
is
That's
my
crazy.
game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules.
That's alright. If I stay
don't
in,
think you'll
if I
enjoy
stay in
the
Rocket League,
friendship,
that's
but who
fine with
knows?
me.
You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best.
It's on here.
Hold on. What are you doing?
What did I do? Oh, I went down the.
do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you.
Oh
How
fuck!
can you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
I found the goal. Now this is creepy since I narrator's gone. This is what the. Uh-oh. Bro. Yo, this is some like apocalypse shit right now. I don't like this. Some zombie's gonna come around the fucking corner and get me or some shit. I don't like this at all, dude. Oh, is this my cube? I guess not. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Oh, what just happened?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Bro, am I just in a dark screen now? Oh, there we go, never mind. I thought it was just gonna put me there for a while. Well, I guess I'm back here.
All of his co-workers were
So,
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
maybe we
simply
go
missed
through the mind
memo.
control way now. I might try to do that, whatever that is. Let's do that. Let's follow the instructions
Stanley
this
came
time.
to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here
Yep,
either.
there's nobody there.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Forgot what the code was.
Stepping into his manager's office,
2845
Stanley
or
was
something
once
like that,
again
right?
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Fuck.
What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Oh, I didn't know I was gonna do this. I would have let him finish. I thought I was gonna speedrun this shit.
Feeling soothed and
Alright,
rejuvenated, Stanley calmly
I
walked
feel great now.
into the opened passageway.
Yeah, after that calming music, I feel great now. Alright.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large
Fuck
door
yeah.
that read Mind Control Facility.
Yes, he did.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
What the fuck?
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah, I do. I want to know what the fuck is going on in this company, bro. This company is crazy.
Now, the
Why do I
monitors
work
jumped to
here?
life, their true nature
Yo,
revealed.
we're all
Each
just
bore the
fucking
number of
numbers.
an employee in the building.
Yo.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of
Just a
them,
number, bro.
eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Fired. Fired. Yeah, we're just all numbers to this guy. This is fucked.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Is this the real ending to the game?
No. He refused to believe it.
I don't
he couldn't
believe it.
accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
This company
But here was
hates
the
us.
proof. The heart of the
What the
operation.
fuck?
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content.
Yo,
Walking,
that
eating, working,
would be
all of it
insane.
monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past
This would be
began to
insane
sink
if this
in,
was actually something
Stanley
that could
decided
happen.
that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Alright, that's actually crazy. If this were to happen in real life, where they would control you based on happy or sad buttons, That'd actually be insane.
And when at last he found the source of the...
System off. No more mind control.
blackness,
Or did I just delete
and a
myself?
rising chill of
I might have just deleted myself from existence with that one.
Yes,
Oh, never
he
mind.
had won. He
I
had
thought I just
defeated
like
the machine,
absolutely fucking wrecked
unshackled
myself.
himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet,
We love freedom.
even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
Yeah, honestly,
How
where
had he
did they
been
go?
freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight
Yeah, where
streamed into
did
the
they go?
chamber,
I'm
he
like the only one
realized
that
none of
realized
this mattered
something?
to
Like,
him.
or am I the
For
last
it
one?
was
I
not
don't
knowledge of evil
understand.
power that he had been
Where'd
seeking,
they all go?
but happiness. Perhaps his goal
Bro, is
had
this a
not been to
giant warehouse
understand,
just like in a
but to
neighborhood,
let
bro?
go.
Like,
No longer would anyone tell him where
hell
to
yeah.
go, what to do, or how to feel.
I'm free.
Whatever life he lives, it will be
Oh, and that's a
his.
beautiful vast view.
And
Oh
that
my
was
god.
all he needed to know. It was
Hell yeah.
perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt
It's
the
a
cool
beautiful,
breeze upon his skin.
beautiful
The
view.
feeling
Oh
of
my.
liberation.
The fucking
The
bridge in the
immense
back and
possibility
shit.
of the new path
Oh
before him.
my.
This was
The
exactly
bridge
the
and the
way,
mountains.
right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
I'm happy for Stanley right now. That's amazing. I just got an achievement called Beat the Game, so I'm guessing that was the real ending. So, we did the real ending.
All of his co-workers were gone.
We can
What
do
could
some
it mean?
bullshit now,
Stanley
even more
decided to go to the meeting
than
room. Perhaps he had simply missed
because
the
we already
memo.
were bullshitting around. So we're gonna do some more bullshitting.
When Stanley
Go to
came
the
to a
left
set
again.
of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might
We
find
really
an
got to
answer
figure out
there.
what happened to all my coworkers.
Coming
I'm
to a
gonna go
staircase,
downstairs this time.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I don't like this.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had
2B4, what the
vanished.
fuck?
His boss would think he was crazy.
Okay.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Oh, what?
All of
No.
my co-workers
What
blinking
the fuck?
mysteriously out of
Yo.
existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
No, am I in a
None of it made
fucking
any
loop?
logical sense. And as
Are
Stanley
you
pondered
kidding
this,
me?
he began to make
No,
other
no.
strange
Fuck.
observations.
I'm in a fucking loop.
Why couldn't he see his
Oh,
feet
never
when
mind.
he looked down?
I thought it was.
Why did doors close
Oh.
automatically behind him wherever
Yeah.
he went?
I am in a
And for
fucking
that
loop.
matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
This is all a dream.
This is
Yep.
all a dream.
Has to be at this point.
What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers were
Yeah, the door.
actually gone.
Fuck,
He
dude.
wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float
Flying?
above the ground.
Yo!
Then
Let's
he
go.
imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, And it too appeared. It was so much
Whoa,
fun
I
that
am
Stanley
dreaming.
marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was
I'm
amazed he
not
hadn't
floating
asked
anymore,
himself sooner.
no.
Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the
What
voice was
the?
describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all
What?
very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a
What
shock
the
to
fuck?
Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too, surely.
The narrator, the
Surely,
voice
if he
is in
could just...
charge.
He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's
And he has
always
a
been.
wife too. His wife's
My
called
life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
I'm sorry, Stanley, but you're probably never gonna see your wife
I
again.
am okay.
Fuck.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just
What is
someone
happening?
tell me I am real.
What is happening?
I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What just happened?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like
Um.
any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her
Oh,
place
what
of
the
work.
fuck?
But on this
Is
particular
that
day,
Stanley?
her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself.
Oh,
Then
Stanley, you're
collapsed dead on
fucking
his seat.
crazy.
And
That's what
although she
happened.
would
You're a
soon
fucking
turn to go
lunatic.
call
You were
for an
off your
ambulance,
crazy
for
meds.
just a few brief
Off the
moments,
crazy pills,
she
bro.
considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way,
Kids, this is
seeing
why you
this
don't
man
do
made her
drugs.
feel
You'll
better.
end up like Stanley.
Then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
That's why you never do drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. This office looks different now. Oh, it put me right at the two
When
doors.
Stanley
What the
came
heck?
to a set of two open doors, he entered
I'm
the
gonna go
door on
right
his
again.
left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
That's
and
okay.
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
So,
just to admire it.
when I go through the employee lounge, there is this open
Yes,
door on the
this
left.
room.
I think
But
I'm gonna
eager
head
to
through
get
that
back to
way.
business, Stanley took the first
Like he
open door on
says,
his
yeah.
left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked
That's gonna
straight
be the
ahead to the
office.
opposite door, and
So,
got back on track.
I think I'm gonna go down here.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Alright, I can't open any of the other doors, so I guess it's left.
Oh, no.
Oh,
No, it's
fuck.
to the right.
Alright,
Mistake.
cool. Great. Thanks, man.
No,
Fuck you.
not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Which way am I supposed to go? God damn it.
Let's see, we went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
What the... Okay. Are you fucking...
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
No, I'm in the mind control room again. What the fuck?
Just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding?
Why is that the only one that's not a number?
The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
No, I'm literally
Suppose
in...
we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
What if I go the same way again? What happens? I'm gonna go the same way. Yeah, the office is different again. What the... No, I'm going the same way.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait.
What the fuck?
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh.
There's
Everything should be...
5 fucking doors right now.
Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
I don't know, you tell
move
me,
the story
dickhead.
somewhere or Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yeah.
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley.
Oh, what?
Let's find the story.
And this one open too? I can't even go through that way. I'll go this way. Okay. Cool. Yo, there's so many goddamn endings. Is this a fucking maze? What am I doing? Oh, if this was my fucking office building, I would get so lost.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
Oh, I found something.
Do we need to restart the game again?
No, I found something, brother.
I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by
No
starting
fucking
over
way.
again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Yeah, I don't want to be stuck in that maze. Good call, man.
All
Alright.
of his co-workers were gone.
Alright, something else is going to be fucked up here.
Stanley decided
What's going to be
go
fucked
the
up,
meeting
though?
room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
There's no doors.
Okay, yep, it's worse.
There's literally no fucking doors now.
It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction?
Alright,
and see if we
yeah,
missed
let's go
anything?
back to my office. Yeah, I like that idea. Why is that a black door? The only black door, and I can't get to there. Alright. Yeah, I like this idea, going back the way we came. Just in case, you know. That door's open.
Aha! I knew we'd miss
Ah,
something.
my office
The
is so weird.
story. Here it
Oh,
comes.
okay, why the fuck is it a circle now?
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Yeah, let's go back.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall.
Alright, let's go back the other way then.
The story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
There's no door.
You know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
I win the game! Let's go!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
I win the game.
Oh, no. No, I don't
What?
feel right about this at all.
I do.
We
I'm
both
happy I
know
won
he
this
didn't put
game.
in any actual work for that win.
Oh.
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've
The
got a
adventure
solution.
line?
This time, to make sure we don't
Alright.
get lost, I've employed the help
I like
of the
this.
Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Pretty simple.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward,
Oh, well,
are
I
we
just went the
implying
same
a
way.
journey
Cool.
such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself?
Great.
Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is
Why is there like a
music to
Payday
get
2 mask right
going.
here? Oh, what the fuck? No, I do not like the music at all. Honestly, liked it better when it was quiet. Shut off the music. Thank
Go
you.
back and look at that fern.
Fern.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Yeah?
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
I think that's bullshit. I'm not studying that shit.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No, no.
Which way?
Line, you do know we're looking
way.
for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
I'm back at the fucking mind control.
No, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
No. Alright, we're gonna follow the adventure line again, I guess.
You know what, Stanley? I say
Oh,
forget
what?
the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Alright, that works for me.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want?
And it's a fucking circle.
Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Oh, what? It went in a circle. I thought it was just an endless loop. Alright. Now it's a circle again. Or square. Not a circle, square. What the heck? Bro, this game is trippy as hell.
Oh, no, not you
Oh,
again.
the adventure line. Look at
Stanley,
that.
I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
No more adventure line.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Alright.
Okay, so I know that each
Left,
door
right,
has to lead
left,
somewhere,
right, left,
which means
right.
that somewhere the place
Left,
where we're trying
left,
to go, there must
left,
be a
right,
reverse
left,
door that leads
left,
here. And
left,
that in turn
left,
means that
right,
our
left,
destination
left,
corresponds
left,
with the
right,
counter-inverted
right, right.
reversed
Fuck it.
door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then
Let's
by
stop in
all
that.
accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come,
Right
Stanley.
is always right.
Our destiny awaits.
Yes.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling
There's
me
this many
that's what this
endings.
is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So
After
now,
a
according
long
to the
story,
schedule, I
Stanley
restart
dies.
again.
What
Then
the fuck?
am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay.
Why is there just a random cuck
I
chair
guess now
here?
we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
I guess
Quite
so,
sure
yeah.
if we're in the destination or the journey. Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
What the fuck was that sound? Fucking pierced my ears and then just randomly
All of his
reset me. What
co-workers
the
had
fuck was
gone.
that?
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content?
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable
What?
Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released
Then
in
this old-ass
2013
game.
on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
W.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra
Yeah, me
Deluxe
too.
content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken?
What?
What's
Yeah,
going on
what the
here?
fuck?
Should we be moving somewhere or oh, here
Oh,
we
there
go.
we go, what the
All right,
fuck?
finally,
Why did that
at
take so long?
last, it's
There wasn't
on to
any
the
buttons,
new
it's just like...
content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
If it's just the elevator, it's not that fun.
Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Ooh. Yes, please. Jump
All right.
circle. We
All
get the
right,
jump,
see,
let's go.
The jump circle?
No. I ran out of jumps.
Is that it? Surely that's
I
not
guess
all the
so.
new content. There has to be something else, right?
I don't know. That jump circle is pretty cool,
Another
though.
elevator.
If it gave me
Stanley,
more
I
jumps.
have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content, and oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes.
Good.
I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've
That's
got to
it,
be
really?
kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy
Sounds like a
go.
bunch of
And
new
don't get
games
me
right now.
started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built
Do
up
it.
too
Blast
much
them. Cancel
anticipation
these
around the new
people.
content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about.
Yeah, that's fine with
No
me.
frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Yes, I would love that. I like this narrator now. He's a good guy. What the fuck?
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something. Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me
Yeah.
thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I made something special and tucked it away here where the
What?
game's developers won't find it. Just our little
Oh,
secret. Take
I
a
like
look.
this. This is cool.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's
Hell
where I've
yeah.
been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October
Definitely.
of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games
Don't
had
play for
integrity.
5 years is
Back
an
then,
achievement.
it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Oh, look at that. It's whatever the fuck her name is. I already forgot. But wow.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game
I
ever
don't see where that
created.
says that
That's how
anywhere,
grand
but
and
alright.
all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all.
This is
It
Skyrim.
isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Ooh.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
I can't even get into this room.
These were simpler times, Stanley.
Huh. Yeah,
What I
it's
wouldn't
open.
give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of
Oh,
the memory
what?
zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh no.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining.
What?
Unfunny? I'm not trying to be funny.
Oh,
I'm trying to make a serious
that
one
almost
of
just
art.
killed me.
I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them. Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is
Repetitive
good,
and boring. This hasn't been
for someone who prefers
repetitive or
non-linear
boring.
games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had
He's not
always
preachy.
thought
I
of
like the
game's
narrator.
dialogue
He's
as being
pretty
rather
cool.
terse to begin with. You
There's
can't
some good
know how
reviews
much
though. This
fluff
one has
they
a
cut from
thumbs
the
up.
game to get it to feel as light and airy as it, well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure, like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always... What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Alright then.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their pressurized gas review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45
30 minutes?
It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door
How did we get out of here?
Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
Yeah.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button to go anywhere other than the... Stanley, please
Sorry, I
don't
had
push
to.
the
I had
button
to.
again. It's been
12
12
hours.
hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really.
Alright, let's see how long it is
getting
this time.
Oh, Stanley, you're back.
Brody sounds like an old man. How the fuck?
Oh my
How long
goodness.
was I
I
out?
have someone to talk to again.
Alright, bye bye, buddy.
Stanley, I think it's been a week
A week?
or 2 weeks.
Alright, well, it's gonna be a month now.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here.
Bro, it's
again.
been like
Welcome.
2 months now. Come on now,
I've
bro.
had time to think about you and about us and about everything we...
I'm alone. Where the fuck is the narrator at? He's just gone? Cool, skip button it is. Oh, the clock fell off the wall. That beeping is annoying. Let me skip it. Thank you.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant
What
to
the
be
fuck?
funny. It was meant to have a point.
What
It
did
was
I
meant
come back
speak
to?
to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said...
He was just here. Alright then.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
I must have skipped like 25 years now. Yeah, what? I definitely skipped like 100 now. Oh yeah, it's gotta be like hundreds. This whole place is crumbling down around me. Alright, let's press it one more time. Let's see what happens. Bro, shit is growing in here now. Yeah, it's gotta be like 200 years now. 100 years now. 200 years now. Something like that. Has to be. What the fuck? Everything just died. It's all sand now. I keep pressing this button though. I don't like the sounds out there. Come on, come on, come on. Let me press it. Did the fucking button fall down? Okay, but I got an exit at least. Oh, it's all fucking desert. Alright. I guess it's a restart. There's just a Stanley trapped in fucking desert now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New content.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
What does new content mean?
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra-deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
2? No way.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly
Hell yeah.
port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many
Fuck yeah, I
possibilities.
like this
It could go
better.
in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Yeah.
To be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a... Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Name button. Here, name in game.
For the Stanley
All right.
Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So
The
with
button
that in
that
mind,
says the
my
name of the
first
player
addition
that's
to
playing the
is this
game. Okay, let's
button,
try it.
which speaks the name of the person. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right
Oh.
now,
Yeah,
the
my
button
name is
only
not
says the name
Jim.
Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this
Alright,
feature.
ready?
Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay,
I'm
here we
Jim.
go.
Ha
Let's take
ha
a
ha.
deep breath,
He he
clear
he
your
he
mind,
he.
forget
Ha ha
whoever you
ha.
are, and simply become a person named
My
Jim.
name is Jim.
Whoa, hold on. I
Whoa!
wasn't finished setting up the
Oh,
backstory.
my
If
bad.
you don't properly roleplay as Jim, then you'll never understand the impact of this button.
Alright, my bad, my
Otherwise,
bad.
it's just a stupid button that says somebody else's
Yeah,
name.
yeah, you're right, you're right. Yeah.
Okay, we're doing it again, and this time let me finish first. Now, allow yourself to become Jim. Imagine yourself driving to work as Jim.
I am
Playing
Jim.
Frisbee on the weekends as Jim.
I am Jim.
Staying up.
I
All
am
right,
Jim.
fine, whatever. It's
Woo!
just a meaningless button that says Jim. Are you happy now? Get out
Yep.
of here. I'm done with this button. Why don't you go humiliate me in front of a different feature that I worked very hard on?
I just want to hear Jim one more time.
Jim. See, if you'd only played along, that would have been your name the button says, but no. Instead, oh, I can't even think about it. I'm taking the Jim button away.
No, you're not. Better be back there when I go back up. Bro literally took away the Jim button. That's actually crazy.
Maybe I'll only let people named Jim
What
play
is
the
this?
Stanley Parable 2. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Settings world champion. Do I have to change settings somehow? To get in here? Settings world champion. Like, I don't. Huh. Jump
You know
circle.
what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece, then.
You're not gonna give me more jumps? That's insane. Alright. Please no
Okay, I'll be
screenshots.
honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that
What
in
if I
the
do a
new
screenshot?
version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons.
I just did a
But I'm
screenshot. I don't know
undecided
what
on
happened.
Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday
Yo,
it is.
chose the wrong one, dickhead. I literally said the other one. Oh, that's so awful.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No. No,
You
I've
should have
made
went
my
with the other
decision.
one.
We're moving on.
I saw a bucket thing back here. I want to go to that real fast. Oh, now that just says button that says gym. That's funny. There's a merch website. I saw a bucket thing up here for this one. I'm gonna go see the bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played.
There's literally no
Well,
bucket though.
I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You
Where is
see,
it at?
Stanley, anytime you're
Oh,
holding
there it
the
is.
bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the
I
face
stole
of
it.
crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think
I
that just
stole the
holding
bucket.
it has made you the slightest bit more attractive.
Yeah, I
as a
like this.
person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
I like the bucket. The bucket's a nice feature.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Collectible.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative
Ooh,
is
I like
that there will
that.
be no reward for collecting all of them.
Oh.
I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
There's 6 of them.
God, it really is the
5
worst
of
when
them
you
now,
collect
though. But
everything in a video game, and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
free trophy. Pull the lever
Now,
and get your
here's something
trophy.
special. You remember that broken test trophy that
Yeah.
got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now,
Bruh,
the
it doesn't
trophy is
work
still
right now.
fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
That's bullshit. You didn't even let me have it. Alright, then I thought they came down here for no reason. I thought I was getting a free trophy.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
This way.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of.
hole.
It's never been done before
Infinite
in
hole.
a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like.
Now let's try it then.
Forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
No. I want to stay in here for.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Why? Why is he trying to rush me?
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite
Yeah,
nature of
did
the
you?
hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is.
There's a
it
deep hole.
infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity.
Well, it looks like I've reached the bottom.
The infinite is merely philosophical.
Oh, never mind. It is maybe. Oh, never mind. I did reach the bottom.
Hey, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley.
Cigarette
I'm
butts,
a liar
coffee
and a cheat,
cup.
and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinite?
I don't know.
I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
Maybe, but you should have made it infinite, like you said.
Things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean.
Yeah.
Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
Okay.
If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready. Great. Now, I'm very... Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person
I love
would have
holes.
said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you?
Yeah, that seems
I couldn't
quick.
help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled.
Oh, look,
I
a
really
hole.
do have so much more to share. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep.
No,
even
it's
by the
not.
lax
This is,
so-called
like, very
standards for
small now.
accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, look, a
Shame
hole.
of my lie. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
The teleport button's not working.
Teleport button not working?
Yeah, it's not.
You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Tried it, still nothing.
No,
Well,
it's not working.
I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear
But
to be
you're
away from
leaving
the
me
hole.
in this
Now
fucking
you'll get
hole?
more time with it than you could ever have asked for.
No,
it's a
dude.
win for everyone. You get to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else.
Go for it, buddy.
Take care, Stanley. I
You'll
hope
be
you and
back.
the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Bucket and hole. Bucket and hole. Two best friends, they're bucket and hole. What does that sound? Bucket and hole. Bucket and hole. The two best friends are bucket and hole. What the fuck? It's going down? Why is the hole going down? Yo, what? What? What the fuck is happening? What the fuck? I like the beach, that one's cool. What? Why am I upside down? Why am I upside down now? What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm like a 2D drawing now. Oh, I'm back to normal. I just went...
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley! Oh good, you're awake. It
What
seems
the
you had
fuck?
dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole.
That's
I'm
fine,
looking
I had
forward to all
fun
of
when
it.
it went
Stay
down.
alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle pip.
Bucket and hole, bucket and hole. Two best friends are a bucket and hole. Oh,
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
it just was. Didn't I do all of them? Well, there's the exit. Is the hole back? What if I jump in the hole again? Oh, you closed off the hole. Alright. Well, I saw everything, I think. So I think that's in time to leave this area. Unless, what is that? Exit. Yeah, I need to go to exit then.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stan... All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
How do I get down there?
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of...
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait,
Yeah.
maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of
Yep.
the original game. Would it possibly work?
It would
I
work.
suppose it could, but it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Begin.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I'm just a machine. Stanley's just a machine to push one
And then
button.
one day, something very peculiar
Oh shit,
happened.
okay.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that...
Alright, this is Stanley Parable 2, so I think I'm gonna end it here, and blue balls you guys. Peace. No, I'm fucking with you. Let's
all of
do
his
one more.
coworkers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided
All
to go
right.
to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yeah, good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top.
There's an achievement
something
out
up
there.
I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why
How do you
or
get
how
there?
this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious
I'm gonna drop
fact.
again.
He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
The bucket told me to jump, I jump.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says,
Oh, what?
no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This
I think so.
misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly.
Really?
So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
Okay.
Please, step in here for a moment.
Oh, okay. This is a fucking
Now
game
then,
show on if
I'm
it's a
going to
bucket
run
or
you
not.
through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a
Alright,
bucket.
let's go for it then.
Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Oh yeah, that has to be a bucket.
Incorrect.
What? How is
It
that not a
hologram
bucket?
of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
It's a fucking hologram? Are you serious?
Item 2.
Well, that has to be the real
Is
bucket.
this a bucket? Incorrect. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
What the fuck? You're joking. Alright, this one has to be a bucket.
Is this a bucket? Correct.
Yeah!
This is a bucket.
I know what a bucket is.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Nah, that can't be a bucket.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket.
Yeah,
To
that
be
can't
honest,
be a
I
bucket.
just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay, next one. Is this a bucket?
It's a tractor again, so no.
Incorrect.
What the fuck do you mean?
This is a bucket.
How? It's the same thing as the other thing. How is that a bucket?
Item 6.
No, that's not a
Is this a
bucket.
bucket?
Can't be a bucket.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
How the fuck is it both?
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere. Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out.
Nothing is a
I've lost
bucket.
all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket?
Yeah,
Mere
what is
moments
a
ago, I
bucket?
could answer these questions
Yeah, I
with
don't know.
confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a
I don't
bucket?
know. Am I a bucket?
Stanley,
I think you are a
can't keep
bucket.
doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all
No.
buckets from the
No,
game
do
entirely.
not. Do not do
Okay,
that.
Here we go. What happened? Is everything gone? Why did
You erased
everything
everything, you
disappear? Wait,
dumbass.
was everything a bucket?
Everything was a fucking
Every single
bucket.
thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my god, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all.
And I'm
you,
not a
Stanley,
bucket, it's
You're
there.
still here. You're not a bucket either.
No way.
Oh, this is wonderful news.
We're not buckets. Let's go.
I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get
Yeah,
some
but you
clarity
erased
on an issue,
everything.
but
You
it
erased
doesn't
all the
change the fact
buckets.
that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what. I'll reset everything.
Thank you.
And we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Yes.
And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if
Yes.
you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows
Alright.
what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Alright, and I think I'm gonna end it here. It's a good Good session. If you guys liked Stanley Parable and want me to play more,
All of his
leave a
co-players were
like,
gone.
subscribe,
What could it mean?
and
Stanley
maybe I'll do
decided to
more
go to the
of the
meeting room.
endings.
Perhaps he had simply missed
Alright.
a memo.